Let's bring the ladies out. We send it back inside the cage. Jazz Sakuro to bring out our first fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Knickerbocker Construction. It is in the Pinnacle Fighting Championships Amateur Female Bantamweight Division. Let's meet your fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Katelyn Dykas.
Katelyn Dykas from Tecumseh, Michigan. Team TTC, Kyle, and an exciting and a very tough fighter, as evidenced by her last fight.
Yeah, she's currently coming in at 1-3. Her one win is by a knockout, 2 losses by submission, and 1 time rendered unconscious by strikes herself. Now, her last fight, she was put into the netherworld with a choke, but is coming out now to look to up the aggression and stay off of the match.
Interesting note here. Katelyn actually says her record is 3-3, but fighting in the state of Michigan, a lot of times those fights aren't recorded. So interesting note here. She actually has 6 fights versus a reported 3 or 4. I'm sorry. So it should be interesting. She said she's going to stand with Jamie here, so we should see an interesting matchup.
Yeah, she's what I like to say a wild puncher. She comes in winging strikes. Also a smart girl. She's at Eastern Michigan University, where she's an undergrad in the biology program. She has plans to go to grad school and become a PA. That's a physician's assistant. Also works as an EMT. And tonight, though, she's going to be putting her fighting skills on display. Let's meet her opponent. We send it back up to Jazz Sakuro.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out her opponent. Please welcome Jamie Chesney.
Jamie Chesney, the first lady of Pinnacle FC. This will be the 2nd female fight in the Pinnacle FC history, and she was a part of the first one, Dave, which you were also a part of.
Yeah, she took an opponent on like a couple of days' notice. Happened to be a college national champion wrestler, and a tough fight for Jamie Chesney, and unfortunately lost the decision, unanimous decision.
If you take a look at the tail of the tape, Kyle, what stands out?
Right now, just the age difference. Both are 1-2, or reported 1-3 from Dykas, but 33 is Jamie Chesney, 11 years a senior of one Katelyn Dykas. We also have a 2-inch height difference and a 2-pound weight difference, but I don't think it's going to be much. As far as size-wise and strength-wise, they look to be about the same height and stature.
I was going to say, I thought Jamie was actually a little bit bigger. I know Katelyn actually has fought at 125 a lot.
Jamie Chesney working on the ground, the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu. She started her MMA career 0-2, and admittedly, she knew the weak point was her ground. Let's see if we see an improved ground fighter from that woman, Jamie Chesney. We send it up to Jazz for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Knickerbocker Construction. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the Pinnacle Fighting Championships Amateur Female Bantamweight Division. And now introducing, fighting on my right, out of the blue corner, her record, 1 victory, 3 defeats. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 135 pounds. She trains out of the training compound and she fights out of Tecumseh, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Katelyn, the Tasmanian Devil Dykas. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Her record, 1 victory, 2 defeats. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 133 pounds. She fights out of Fight Club Pittsburgh, fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, presenting Jamie Chesney. Your referee is William Bookwalter.
We're set for 135-pound action in the female amateur division. 3 2-minute rounds. Bill Bookwalter brings the ladies together. It's going to be Jamie Chesney in the black top and the artistic white spats. Katelyn Dykas, black top, red and black fight shorts.
I was going to mention the spats. Ryan, you talked about those earlier this week, and now the question's been answered.
That's right.
Chesney came out on fire, though, into the cage.
Push kick there.
Both fighters feeling each other out right now. Chesney looking to step in with a couple of jabs, maybe, trying to establish her range.
Good outside kick by Chesney. And Dykas staying very relaxed as Chesney throws some punches.
Big spin
Spinning.
back fist.
I don't like how low her hands are as she's relaxed, though. She's very comfortable, it seems like, dropping her hands low and allowing Chesney to close the distance without any kind of an offense offered back.
Looks like Dykas looking to counter that right hand when Jamie comes in with a spinning back fist. She looked like she was timing it again.
Chesney could win this fight entirely with front leg teeps. Oh,
Ooh,
almost a side kick to the head of Chesney.
Yeah, that looked like it grazed just her chin.
And there it is again. What we spoke to Chesney about the kicks getting caught and turning into takedowns against her. This time, defending up against the cage is Dykas working for the takedown.
Chesney, great underhook, uses it to spin Dykas against the cage. Oh, great half tie plume position right there by Chesney. Only one to utilize and they break away.
Into the body, and it was almost as if the girls agreed to separate there.
It was a bit of a gentleman's or gentlewoman's separation in this case, I should say.
Dykas switching between orthodox and southpaw, and she finally throws a couple rights. She's been pretty passive as far as throwing hands. So far, she's been content to just feel out Chesney and find her range.
Chesney definitely looking to be the aggressor here.
Doing a good job following up that leg kick with a right hand.
I have to wonder on the gas tank of Chesney, though. I'm going to be interested to see what happens in the second round if she's got the same kind of a fire and pace coming out. Dykas has not really exhibited much until now, as soon as I say it on cue. Oh, big knee at the end of the round by Dykas.
Too. Jamie Chesney.
Chesney
Dykas,
lands it right as well.
A very conservative round. She does not appear to be breathing heavily at all, whereas Chesney, maybe a couple big breaths, but we know she's in shape, so it's going to be interesting to see what plays out in the second round cardio-wise, guys.
Conservative but interesting from Dykas. We didn't see a whole lot of action out of her, but at no point did she seem like she was in a fight.
She's not threatened at all right now,
Right.
Ryan, and she's not threatening either. So she needs to wake up and realize that right now she's inside a cage.
Chesney getting some instruction from her corner there, the guys from Fight Club Pittsburgh.
Anthony Durnell in her corner. Awesome striker himself.
He's okay.
Cornering Jamie Chesney. And interesting note, Jamie Chesney been working a lot with Mark Engel Jr., the nephew of former Olympic champion Kurt Engel. So we've seen some improved grappling here from Jamie Chesney.
She did do a brilliant job getting the underhook and the whizzer in and using it to spin one Katelyn Dykas onto the cage.
Katelyn Dykas only engaged one time, went for the takedown, shrugged off. Round two of our 3-round amateur battle. 2-minute rounds rather. There's Jamie Chesney in the spats. Katelyn Dykas, red and black shorts. Dykas once again takes the center. Let's see if we see a more aggressive Dykas in this round.
Oh, yep, and we have it. Question is answered in the first 10 seconds. Dykas comes out, answering a kick received from Chesney with a kick of her own. Both fighters trade punches near the fence. Now we're back out to the center of the octagon again. I'm sorry, the center of the cage. This round monstrosity of a cage.
And so far, every time Dykas has engaged, she's got to watch those kicks. That's another one up to the head, which is not allowed. But so far, every time Dykas has engaged, she's caught knees from Chesney.
Every single time.
Nice right hand there from Dykas.
Now I'm noticing too the mouth of Katelyn Dykas seems to be opening more and more as the seconds weighing on here, which is a surefire sign of fatigue.
And Dykas looks to be reaching with her punches.
Really telegraph and looking to time Jamie Chesney as she comes in. A nice Muay Thai clinch there from Jamie Chesney and a couple of knees.
And as a matter of fact, this is the second round of Katelyn Dykas' career that we have on paper anyway.
Good point. But if it happens in Michigan, does it actually happen?
That's I don't know. Chris Webber called a timeout back in the day, I remember, sort of.
Inside leg kick by Chesney.
Oh,
Outside
big right hand.
Let's see if Chesney wants to take it to the ground. She does.
I think that was more Dykas pulling her down and jumping guard. Good look at the spats, Jamie Chesney. I know Kavanaugh is definitely jealous and wants a pair of his own.
That's my first purchase as soon as this card is over is a pair of those spats.
McKinney has those in salmon.
Punches to the body by Chesney. And again, no strikes allowed to the face in the amateur rules here in Pennsylvania. Chesney posturing up, trying to figure out what she wants to do here.
And that's why I think it was always, or almost a cerebral move by Dykas to actually jump guard in this scenario. You can't be hurt if you're tired.
Chesney
Why
half
not poke
guard
guard on the
now.
ground?
2 rounds in the books, and this one ends up with Chesney on top of Dykas, which what we would have to say is a takedown
I would have to say, well, it's going to be scored that way no matter what, Ryan. Despite any kind of effectiveness to it, it's still going to score points if it hurts or not. And right now in my book, I have this 2-0 Jamie Chesney.
Dave, any reason to disagree?
No, I don't disagree. And you actually saw Dykas shaking her head there at the end of the round. Replay here as we see a nice inside leg kick and that right hand from Jamie Chesney there, pulling her up against the cage, and we'll see the takedown. Yeah, Dykas did pull her to the ground and almost pulling guard there, but Jamie Chesney doing a good job keeping top position for the rest of the round and making it 2-0 here for her.
And Dykas may have figured out after 2 rounds that the only way she's going to win this fight is to get it to the ground. However, she's got to find a way to do it.
And one thing that was very indicative of those replays to me is that Chesney has found her range and her comfort zone. She is no longer moving her feet as much when she strikes. She's settling down in her punches now and her kicks. And it's not because she's tired. I promise you that. It's because she's found her space and how to properly close the distance. We'll find it here again in round 3.
Third and final round. Katelyn Dykas once again takes center cage. Lands some punches on Jamie Chesney here. Dykas in the black and red trunks. Spinning back fist from Dykas. She's certainly picking up the pace here in round 3.
Another
So
couple
is
nice
Chesney.
knees from Chesney. See that Muay Thai background there from Jamie Chesney.
Dykas has had no answer for the plum.
I was just going to say that, Ryan. She looks lost as far as the close fighting goes, the dirty boxing and the Thai boxing here. Still finding herself bullied around the cage by one Jamie Chesney.
Good head position here from Jamie Chesney. Has her forehead under Katelyn Dykas' chin.
Good body shot by Chesney. Chesney right now
Oh,
imposing
big
her
knee.
will. There's the knee again, and Dykas looking for a leg trip to get the fight to the ground. But it has been the defensive wrestling of Jamie Chesney that we have perhaps not given enough attention to because she's kept the fight upright where she wants it.
Well, again, as you alluded to before, this could be the improvement working with one Mark Engel Jr. And I'm very impressed with her ability to keep the fight here where she wants it now in this late round.
Nice underhook there from Jamie
Oh, she's
Chesney.
going to take her back.
Chesney looking to take the back. And you have to wonder, where does Chesney want to keep this fight? Does she want to take the back? Does she want to take it down and look for a finish? Because I don't see a whole lot of ways she's losing on her feet.
The only problem with that still is anything can happen, Ryan. And we're seeing here, Dykas is starting to throw, and it takes one punch to stop a fight.
Chesney doing a good job of mixing up body shots, back to the head. That's a head kick.
That's the third head kick.
Yeah.
And I would like to see more in the warning here. Our referee's been doing a spot-on job thus far, but that is blatantly the third kick to the head.
Dykas looking for something spinning here again.
We got 17 seconds of our fight. Big uppercut by Dykas, just missed. It's Chesney looking to close out a win over Katelyn Dykas, and Dykas trying to look for that home run punch. Pulls guard again, but there's not enough time here.
Yeah, she's going to secure the takedown in the end of this round, but I don't think it was enough to win that fight for Katelyn Dykas. In my mind right now, which has obviously been proven wrong earlier tonight already, I have this going to Jamie Chesney via decision.
Take a look at Katelyn Dykas on her knees in the cage. A look of perhaps bewilderment. I'm not
that
sure.
was the exact word I was going to use. She seemed unsure where she was at and how that fight actually went down. And
but do you know, Kyle, not being critical, being honest, it never looked like she showed up to fight. She was in there just kind of, she never got to that next level of, I'm now in a fist fight, I got to respond.
No, I hate to take it on the personal level, but Pittsburgh does that to you. I actually did fight one Anthony Durnell that we see in the corner of Jamie Chesney in this not in this very building, but this very town, in this cage. And as you can see here, Dykas goes for a takedown, and this is all she had left at the end of it. This is where she woke up, I think, in the third. Exact same story for me when I fought Anthony. Pittsburgh does this to you. Be it the crowd, be it the hometown vibe, whatever. It's just tough to come here and get in a fist fight if you're not from here.
Jamie Chesney looking to move to 2-2 with her record as Katelyn Dykas there. She's going to get good sportsmanship by Jamie Chesney. And I don't see any way that the judges could render any decision other than 3-0 for Jamie Chesney.
Well, I had said that about the Brandon Lutterback Andrew Schrader fight, but
we've got Jazz in the ring with the official scorecards. We send it up to find out our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score at 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jamie Chesney. All right.
I'm here with Jamie Chesney from Fight Club Pittsburgh. She is a 33-year-old lovely female representing the great city of Pittsburgh here with us tonight. Jamie, this is your second fight under the Pinnacle banner. We had some trouble finding you an opponent, but Katelyn stepped up and she took the fight from Michigan, and she definitely brought the game to the fight. So, tell us about the fight, how you feeling, and what's next for you.
I thought that it was a great matchup. Katelyn brought it. Good stand-up. She's a tough chick, and I'm happy I was able to get away with the win.
Anyone you'd like to thank tonight?
I'd love to thank my sponsors, Fight Club Pittsburgh, Mark Angle Jr., the Boilermakers, FitFit Activewear, Toolkit LLC, the Driven Athletic Program. And sorry I lost my voice today. It's from screaming so much for my team.
All right, give it up for Jamie Chesney.